In the midst of global fears and rising chaos, with unknowns and conflicting information inundating us, with top-down controls becoming more and more restrictive of our self-sovereignty and human rights, as many hide and silence themselves behind masks and closed doors, we are called upon to find a new normal, to seek that which truly matters, and regain our true identity, personal power, and sovereignty. Many of us, if not most, have until now been too far removed from who we truly are and what truly matters. Most are still too caught up in the facade of culture to see what we become as modern people. Alienated, mindless consumers congratulating worldly success at the expense of wreaking havoc on our inner lives and the ecosystem that sustains us. Many are fearful, insecure, lonely, depressed, and lack enthusiasm over the miracle of their own existence. Life doesn't make sense because we're living so far from our nature, not being who we are created to be. Our constant craving for stuff and status has robbed our life of its freedom and creative impulse, and the health and wellness of society and the world has severely suffered because of it. Deep down, we've always known it, but have been unable to break free of the invisible but pervasive chains and shackles we've grown so accustomed to. But now we're being forced into change. The most difficult challenge facing humanity is not devising solutions to the energy crisis, or climate crisis, or population crisis, or COVID crisis. Rather, it is bringing into our collective awareness the empowerment to look beyond a future of great adversity and to see a future of great opportunity. What will it take to remember our true nature? What will it take to bring sanity back into our lives? What will it take to restore earth to wholeness? We will accomplish this by making spiritual, mental, and physical well-being a priority in our life, by reconnecting to our source and nature with whom we are one. We'll have to unplug from the machine and take back our life, learning to live in the vital mode of being rather than the empty mode of having, creating community that overrides the soulless forces of a sociopathic economic system. We will have to create entirely new systems of thought and re-examine our values. The Omni Foundation's values arise out of care for the present and future well-being of our planet and society. Future care comes from conscious care in the now, for it is our now that creates our future. We value a deep connection with our Creator, the one source of all being, without whom we would not exist. We value peace, justice, and equity for all life on earth, including the earth herself. We value sustainability, conservation of resources, and regenerative living. We value the diversity of life and seek to understand its purpose. We value social cohesion and a sense of belonging. We value cooperation, generosity, service, industry, wisdom, and knowledge. And we value a sense of space and beauty. We've agreed to join in the creation of an earth that we would want our children's children to inherit, a world where the rivers are clean, the air is pure, where we live in peace with one another, and where beauty and joy predominate, a planet where the experiment of life can continue in extraordinary and undreamt of ways. If our hopes, prayers, and dreams are shallow, without depth, without heart, then what we receive will be superficial and unsatisfying. It's time to take action. Urgency is upon us. Now is the time for each of us to heal from the inside out. Now is the time to move toward greater self-sovereignty through unity and cooperation. Now is the time to protect ourselves, our families, our communities, and our planet, not by covering our mouths and remaining in isolation, but by connecting with our source, our earth, and with one another in true community. This is the new normal we are looking forward to. The Omni Foundation is a non-profit company set up to create and support the building of soul sanctuaries, holistic, self-sustaining and regenerative living, learning, and healing centers, where the pillars of awareness, transparency, responsibility, and cooperation uphold a framework encircling health of spirit, mind, body, and environment, and foster community, productivity, education, creativity, and leisure. Our mission is to bring healing and wholeness to our world by living, sharing, and teaching spiritual, sociological, ecological, and economic principles of peaceful and regenerative community living. If this message resonates with you, then join us in creating this reality by living a regenerative life, so that we and our children and our children's children can thrive on a flourishing earth.